Careful, Peter. There's lots of things to trip on out here.
Hi, Dada.
Hi, Peter. We're filming the video for Clerk John. Clerk John's your favorite song, right?
Yeah.
Do you really like Clerk John?
I like the gun.
We're filming the video for it.
The gun. The gun. The gun.
That's very funny. So, Clerk John is the oldest song on the album. What I mean by that is, like, I wrote it way back when I was 16, which would have been 13, almost 14 years ago, which would have been in 2012 or 2013. As far as BTS footage, I don't have a lot for this one because it was the quickest and easiest video to do out of the 3, but Ethan did send me a couple of outtakes that I will show you. I just figured I would make a BTS video for this song because I have BTS for the other 2, and I wanted to give Ethan a shout out. So yeah, I wrote this song when I was like 16, and it was because I was just jamming in my room one day and just playing the guitar, playing that progression, just messing around with that. And as I was grooving to it, I was like, man, this really sounds like it needs a lot of syllables. I don't know how else to explain it. I just felt like it needed a lot of words. I was really inspired at the time by the song Scallywag by the band Gaelic Storm. And so when I was playing that progression, I was jamming and I just went so I had to slow down and go, wait a second. Ended up coming up with 22 syllables per line. And so I thought, how can I fill all that space up with words? And the rest is history, really. I showed it to my friends when I finished writing it, and they all loved it. And now here I am, like 13, 14 years later, finally making it into something. As for the video, I wanted the singles to really feel different and set apart from each other, to get kind of the whole rounded sound of the album. And it was already a favorite song among my friends, so I knew it was going to be one of the music videos. And I thought, how can I make this really unique? And because the lyrics are already kind of like a silly storybook type of feeling, I just went with that. I'm like, what if I make a literal story book and have it be like a stop motion thing? So I got this book off of Amazon, and by the way, I was actually really impressed with the quality of this book. It's watercolor paper and it's leather bound, and yeah, I just got it on Amazon, and I was super impressed by the quality and the company that shipped it to me. I left them a good review. But I asked my wife if she would be willing to paint the pages because she's a watercolor artist. And so I spent a couple of weeks like on my breaks at work. That's how much I was crunching minutes of time of my day into the production of the album. On my breaks at work, I would draw the lyrics and do the calligraphy for it with pencil, and then I drew the illustrations of what I pictured Denzel and Clerk John to kind of look like. My idea and look for Clerk John was based off of the main character from Fiddler on the Roof, and I had to wait to start drawing the boy until we shot the video for Christina because I knew that I wanted that boy running and huffing and puffing through the port of the Christina music video. So we ended up implementing his costume into the book. So yeah, I drew all the pages, I wrote all the lyrics out with nice, deliberate, very careful cursive. I'm not actually that good at writing cursive. That took me just forever to do. And then I went over all the pages again with pen. And after I finished filling out all the pages in pen and erasing the pencil marks, I handed it over to my wife, Christina, who colored it. And she took a lot of creative liberties. She decided on the colors, and she didn't want it to be too brown, so she would come to me over and over again and ask, like, okay, do you want maybe the door can be a bright color, maybe the background can start changing, and you realize what's happening, like the colors change from like brown and yellow to like blue and green. And she did a really good job. It took a little bit longer than expected. We had to push the filming date out a couple of times because she was like not getting to paint the whole thing because she has to take care of Peter and all this. But we got there, and my friend Ethan he is extremely talented at stop motion specifically. I mean, filming in general, he's a great artist, but like I've always been impressed by his stop motion stuff. He does like Lego stop motion videos on his channel if you want to go check it out. But I was like, hey, real quick, I was really trying to lighten the workload for Fletcher Wold as much as possible. I didn't want him to just like have to keep driving up to where I live and like put in all this work for free, mind you, for my album. So I was like, how can I divvy out the work for these videos? And so I ended up hiring Ethan to do this one.
Did I skip a page?
I don't think so.
I need to get far enough out. I can do this. All right. Don't judge me.
He was really cool about it. He came up and he, meticulously set up his lighting because Ethan knows the tricks to stop motion. What he ended up doing was filming it in like a really high FPS, but in really low lighting, and then just like cutting out the amount of frames to make it look clippy and choppy like it was stop motion. He was trying to explain to me how to do it, and I would have gotten it eventually probably, but I was just like, you know what? If I pay you, how about you just go ahead and do it. And I knew it would be a simple process to do it, but I'm still really glad that he did. Yeah, a lot of the physical labor for this music video was in the drawing and the painting of the book. Thankfully, it took like less than 10 hours to put it all together with the camera and the video editing software. But it came out exactly how I pictured it, and I'm really glad that Ethan was able to take that, and I was telling him like, oh, I want the aspect ratio to be the new type of music video they're doing where it's really, really long. And so he's like, so you mean this? And it's like 1 to 2.9 ratio or something like that. And I was like, yeah, just make it like just as long as the book. I had like these silly requests, but I just knew exactly what I wanted. The great thing was he didn't even have to like sync it up with the music. He just had to turn the pages real slowly, and then he could do the rest in post.
You're gonna leave here, and it's just gonna be silent in your car, and you're gonna be like, whoa. You start going. No more Geiger counter.
Peter was really fascinated by the whole thing. He came out into the garage all the time and was like watching us and like figuring out who Ethan was, to the point where when the music video came out and my son would watch it on YouTube, he'd be like, that's Ethan. Like, did Ethan film that? And we're like, yeah, buddy, Ethan did film that. You remembered that. Good job.
I'll be right back, Peter. No.
And finally, yeah, I thought the idea of having a physical book apart from the music video would be cool to like maybe like read as an actual bedtime story for my kids when they get older. I thought kind of doing multiple things with this. We're creating a piece of art, we're creating a little storybook. Peter loves the music. I mean, I'm sure he'll love just reading the story with me because he loves reading books at bedtime. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Simple little concept, but really cute, and kind of a slow, deep breath from the other two music videos that I made. And I hope you guys enjoy it.